And you know what else is crazy?
The next
Others?
movie we're about to talk about?
Yeah, I guess the others.
The Others, Nico's pick?
The others?
The
Others?
other movie?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny, I guess.
I thought it was very silly. I'm happy things panned out that way. So the others, guys. The others. I think this one was pretty grand. I'm just gonna come right off the cuff and say it right now. This movie is pretty dang good. So The Others is a film about a cute little family. There's a mother. She's got her little nuclear family minus the husband. She's got a little boy, a little girl, and her husband is off to war. He's a fucking soldier.
Well, he's dead.
Tanner.
Spoilers.
Tanner.
We don't learn that till the end, dickhead.
No,
Yeah.
she very clearly says he's dead.
No.
She doesn't?
She says he's
They
off
don't.
at war.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, she does.
The war is over.
She just has her suspicions. She said she hasn't heard back.
Yeah, but like clearly she's implying that she knows he's dead.
We don't know
It's
what's
a-
going on there yet, man.
It's a little hint, man. It's a little hint about what's happening, dude.
Come
You're
on.
spoiling
You
it.
need to have more hope in your life, Tanner.
And then the others show up, okay? There's this fucking lady as well as some old dude and then a fucking mute chick who come in there and they're like, hey, we want to become your maids or whatever, so, you know, keep the house all clean. And so she figures, why not? Let's go for it. However, this house has some rules, okay? This house is pretty old, and they have some rules going around here. You know, every door must be shut. You can't have, like, one door open with another door open at the same time. They all must be shut. As well as you can't have any light coming in, because the little baby boy and girl, they're, like, fucking photosensitive or some shit. They'll immediately die if they're exposed to sunlight, and that's no good. And so from there, we kind of, things are getting a little creepy after these people show up, you know? Like, there start being some spooky things happening around the house. Like, the little girl says that she's seen some ghosts and shit. And, like, you know, it starts to be, like, really up in the air as to whether or not, like, all these strange things happening are, like, you know, like, actual ghosts. Maybe it's, like, these strange new people who are doing something. Maybe the lady's just going crazy and she's losing her mind. But as the film continues, you slowly start to piece some things together. These others, these people, they're fucking dead. Like, they're ghosts. That's weird, right? And then shortly after that, we find out that this family, who we've been following this whole time, they were dead too. This lady, she murdered her children and then committed suicide. What the fuck? The specters we've been hearing about throughout the whole movie, they were real people. They weren't the ghosts at all. Our main characters were the ghosts. What the fuck? That's crazy. And the movie
Boo!
ends.
Shutter Island did it better. Boo!
Shutter Island came out after this.
Boo!
So that's The Others, guys. I enjoyed this film a lot. I think it was a fantastic film. I think, quite frankly, it's the best horror movie we've seen so far.
I can agree
Really?
with that. I have to see what the other horror
like by
movies are
far.
being. Yeah, I will say for sure, a lot of the notes that I have, like, right off the bat here is, like, the movie does a really good job setting up suspense and, like, the environment. And, like, just introducing the mystery aspect straight away. Like, I was already immediately trying to piece together the conclusion, like, oh, these kids are just vampires, and this lady, she's here, like, all the time, every day, always watching her kids because she knows they're vampires, and she takes care of them, and she constantly gets, like, new house servants to, like, make sure they stay fed. And that's why they're, like, photosensitive, because, like, what other conclusion are you gonna draw? You got, like, things that are sensitive to light, you know?
Slight addendum, by the way. I forgot we watched The Thing.
Oh, yeah, that actually, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think The Thing's better than
The
this
Thing was
movie,
an
but
amazing
it's
movie,
definitely
I will say.
really high up there.
Oh, yeah, easy. What else? I don't know if it was just me trying to spot CGI. Was there CGI in this movie? I felt like it was like the background was CGI'd sometimes, especially outdoors. Did you guys catch
I
that
don't
at
really
all?
notice anything.
Probably the fog.
Yeah, I was like, every time they showed like shots of outside, it was kind of like, it was very mid. Like, it was enough for me to be like, alright, that for everything else,
These
this movie,
outdoors are mid.
my main...
I appreciate that she has a gun.
Right?
You
Yeah.
don't see that too often in a horror movie.
No.
I'm like, oh, hey, she's gonna take actions to actually protect herself. That's
Yeah,
cool.
she was strapped and she was ready to take people down if she needed to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely thought the old lady was, like, the witch or whatever, because, like, the little girl was talking about some, like, witch, like, on her drawing or whatever, and I was like, oh, these people must have showed back up because they're trying to complete a ritual, so this old lady must be the witch, and, like, the other two are, like, her ghost helpers or whatever, and that's how this thing played out. Which ended up not being true at all, as Nico explained, but, Yeah, I thought the whole, like, twist at the end where it's like, oh, by the way, the family's been dead this whole time, and the voices and, like, the I don't remember who the... Victor, I think was the kid's name, was, like, the living child the whole time. And I think... I ended up telling somebody at work, I was like, you know, I've seen... Like, because he'd barely seen the movie. And I was like, to be completely honest, this movie probably has the best twist ending that I've ever seen in my life. Mostly just because I can usually predict a movie's ending, like, once I'm near the end. But this one completely threw me for a loop, and I really enjoy it when movies can do that. So, good stuff.
I got a question.
Yeah, what's up?
So given the twist and what we now know, how did Victor touch the boy?
What do you mean?
In that one scene, the girl says to Victor, "Victor, touch my brother so he knows he's real." And then we see him actually touch him.
I mean, we don't actually see him touch him.
Yeah, we do. We see his hand, and then
we
he touches
see
it.
a hand. That could have just been the sister.
Yeah, I
It was in, like, blue boy pajamas.
But at the same time, though, like, the people who were, like, looking at the house... Or no, I guess they actually already lived there, because they were debating whether or not they should just sell it.
Inconclusive, Tanner. I'm assuming it's just a sister, and you're going crazy.
Anyway, so what I want to say about the twist... I agree. Very cool, very interesting, very unique. I kind of wish they did more with it. I wish they played around with it more, because really, like, once they reveal the twist, they kind of don't do anything with it anymore, and the movie just ends.
I mean, what more is there to do with it?
You're kind of
I kind of would be more interested for them to play around with the idea of, okay, we're, like, in the past, there's present people, we're getting fucked with this, that, and the other.
I mean, I think that was, like, the idea they were trying to portray at the end. Because, like you said, like, the movie kind of ends. I think when they revealed that it was just this medium trying to communicate to the family, like, everything unravels, like, extremely quickly. And so, like, we're to believe that all the stuff that they were doing throughout the movie is, like, happening in the real world. We just didn't see it from, like, the present-day experience kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what gave the twist ending more impact. Is like, oh... So maybe, like, this family doing everything they were doing and, like, all the times that the real people were interacting with the ghosts, that was just happening, like, reverse, and it's supposed to be one big mind-blow moment at the end. I think is what they were going for.
Yeah, I mean, quite frankly, Tanner, I feel like the movie blows its load at the appropriate time. I really don't think there was much more they really should have done after that. Like, you know. We get it at that point, man. We get it. We don't need to see, like, the family, like, try and scare these people out. They seem sufficiently scared, and, like, they're just going to get out of there at that point.
I do question, like, the only thing I really have a question with this movie is when the original dead people, you know, like the old woman and the man and the mute, they're, like, in their, you know, their shack outside, and they're talking about, you know, they don't want to, like, reveal to the woman that she's dead already because that'd, you know, break her fucking mind. But they're talking about if, like, the husband knows. What were they referencing with that? Or, like, if the husband is, like, figuring out what's going on?
I don't think that... I think that was just a bit they put in. To me, that part didn't have any substance, because what I basically got from that is he was there, he was not there, like, mentally, and then he was just gone. And I think he was, like, stuck in his own... Because, like, I'm assuming that these people are stuck in their form of purgatory. So my only assumption is that he's stuck in his own realm of purgatory, where he's just kind of wandering the battlefields of the war, just, like, endlessly. So that's kind of the conclusion I drew with him. And so he's just kind of there, but he's like, I gotta go to war, and that's all he knows. And he just repeats that cycle for eternity.
Pizza.
Repeats.
I was very much so the mindset that he's, like, just kind of accepted his death at that point. That's why he left.
I mean, I was talking about specifically what the old people were talking about in reference to him. Like, they're not trying to, like, reveal what's going on to the woman, but, like, why are they asking if, like, the husband specifically? Because he came out of nowhere, and they, you know, were aware of him. And
I mean,
they're, you know,
I think
to,
they were
like,
just...
fit him into their plan, basically.
Well, yeah, I think he was just a factor they weren't expecting. Like, they were like, even when the lady was leaving to go find the priest, they're like, oh, she won't make it far in that fog. So clearly they weren't really expecting her to, like, make it anywhere, but also, if she, you know, she'd just come back empty-handed. But when they realized that she was coming back with the husband, they're like, oh, maybe this could be bad for us. But then it ended up being nothing. So I think it was kind of brushed off.
I don't know why they even think it'd be a bad thing in the first place. I mean, it's only a matter of time that this is all revealed to them.
Yeah.
Like, I guess they, like, they're going to be living with each other for like the rest of eternity, I suppose. So I don't really know why they care that much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
I mean, it's a very sensitive subject. I feel like they need to treat it with like a bit of care here, especially since the lady already seems to be going a bit crazy as is.
What are the rules that determine like who becomes a ghost? Like, why was it only those 3 people and none of the other people in the book?
I think it was implied the other people were also ghosts. They just weren't visually present.
I figured it was just because they did something bad. Like, you know, the mom killed her fucking kids, then killed herself, so I can imagine why she'd
Why would
still,
the kids be stuck there then?
Well, because it was a
they
very
were
traumatic experience for them as well. They obviously don't remember it even happening. So like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't know, the other people probably did something fucked up too. I don't know, they like had an orgy or something with the family.
I think they said they died of tuberculosis, so...
Yeah, fuck them, man. They
Yeah.
had long lost memories of this house.
off topic here, by the way, real quick. Tanner,
Yeah.
you look exceptionally older with your current hairdo and shit.
Do I?
Yeah, like a good
Slightly,
deal
yeah.
older.
I feel like I usually I look younger because I'm, like, shaved.
Well, I feel like it goes the reverse order if you do it to your hair, though.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You look like an old man right now to me.
I definitely would not go that far, but I definitely would say you look older than when you you had your hair, even like with a mustache too. I think that the facial hair makes you look younger, but the no head hair makes you look older.
For sure.
I'll screenshot and place in the episode for the folks at home.
Okay.
Hold on. Why'd you agree to
Anyway,
that?
Well, I guess we're all here now. We've all been blasted.
Why were there holes next to the doors?
I'm
What?
assuming there were holes next to the doors, just like they could peek out and like make sure that like none of the other doors were open or something like that, you know?
I never even noticed that.
Yeah, I was constantly questioning that. I guess that was like the mom cut them when they were still alive.
She's like partially
guess.
psycho. When your kids have like debilitating illnesses like that just completely changes your mentality.
Yeah, she was under like an unbelievable amount of stress. Probably her fucking husband's going off to like in a war and died. You know, she's got kids that are fucking crazy, and they're she's I don't know.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Potentially could have also just like been there so she can spy on them.
Potentially.
Be like, are you touching yourself right now, you piece of shit? The Lord doesn't want you to be doing that.
Also true.
Idle hands.
Makes devil's work.
Exactly. But then again, like fucking when you don't have like any electricity or like not allowed to go outside or anything like that, like what else are you gonna do with your time?
Schoolwork.
You can only do schoolwork for so long, man.
Anyway.
Off to the rankings. I'll start her off this time around since I
Sweet.
actually know the ranking I'm gonna give to it. I'm gonna give an A+.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Dude, I got actual chills when they revealed that shit.
That's the same rank you gave to the thing.
It is.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a B.
Tanner, why?
I just thought it was okay.
What's the rhyme or reason behind your rankings, dude? What's going on
it
here?
didn't really impress me as much as it impressed you guys. Apparently.
Fucking Jurassic
okay.
Park 2 impressed you more than this movie?
What did
Is
you
that
give-
true?
Yes.
What? There's no way you ranked
You know
it.
that.
What did you rank
the
Jurassic
tr-
Park 2? Hold on a
The
second.
T-Rex trailer attack scene was really cool, man. You know, I was just I definitely was more into that movie, so.
Tanner, do you think you're a very simple-minded person?
No.
That's
I'm the
definitely
smartest
okay.
one here.
There we go.
You say that, and yet, Tanner, what's happening there, dude? What's going on?
Oh,
I don't
look
know.
at that.
A B+?
Even I gave it a worse ranking. What?
I think there's a lot more going on in Jurassic Park: A Lost World than this movie.
You need to see that.
That's true.
If
That
we
doesn't
watched
make
like an
it a
hour and a
good
half of
thing.
explosions going off and like people
Whatever,
doing
man.
stunts
I
and-
enjoyed
Jurassic-
that one more than this one, okay?
Bunga bunga brain.
Maybe we did need like a fidget spinner tutorial or something in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen this time around for you, Tanner.
Oh man.
Shut up.
Anyways, I'm going back around to the other side of that ranking spectrum. I'm giving it an A- myself.
Ooh.
I thought it was pretty solid. I definitely wish they did a little more with it, but it's nothing major.
Man, I thought this was a pretty solid movie, and I enjoyed it a decent bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and top this little ranking off with an A+.
Whoa.
I think this is the first time that me and Nico have been. No, not the first time we've been concisive on
Definitely not the
ranking.
first time.
Yeah, definitely not the first
But it
one.
is still rare regardless.
True,
That's
and that puts us
absurd.
at a solid A, which is
There we
again
go.
pretty
I can-
good.
I can
know,
appreciate
too
that
shabby.
ranking.